I'm Dani Wallace, and welcome to Be Inspired. We are here at the Impossible Manchester. We bring together the best speakers in their field to teach you all about spiritual connection, business growth, personal development. It is a one-stop shop for lighting up your life and your business.
I've seen Dani on Facebook, so I was curious to find out more about her and how she works. She's got an amazing energy to her.
I came today so I could sit in the audience and soak it all up, having spoke at the last Be Inspired.
I attended on Zoom in April and it was fantastic, and it had already changed my life at that point, so I knew that I just had to be in real life this time.
Be Inspired is an event where you can come and recharge, reinvigorate, get yourself plugged in, hyped up, ready to take on the world. Some people want to connect with their business and their mission message and share that to a wider audience. Some people want to reconnect with their story and use their experience as somebody else's survival guide. People often come to me and think, oh, I want to be a speaker on stage, and this process is so much more than that. We hang out like the weirdos, like the crazy people, the people that actually do something with their lives, that plug into things like personal development, safe spaces for us to grow, to learn together and to support each other.
I have loved every minute. I am super pleased that I've nailed what I wanted to do.
The whole experience with Dani, she really helps to pull that out of you, and she helps to make sure that you're prepared, and she's there like holding space for you the whole way. Although I thought I was going to get my pants.
It has pushed me completely out of my comfort zone, but I've done it and it's an incredible experience, and now I want to do more.
There are a few ways you can get involved with Be Inspired. One is to join the Be Inspired Mastermind. Every 6 months, I open up 20 spaces for 20 incredible people to share their business and their mission message, and also work with me to really hone their talks so they can go and get booked, reach more people and make more money, honey. Or if you're not quite ready for that, just come and be in the room where it happens.
Be Inspired has been just such an incredibly positive experience for me.
Go for it and spread your message, because really powerful things happen when we all get together and connect.
You've got to be here, be inspired.
If you're thinking about buying a ticket to this event, do it now.
You can join us at the next event of Be Inspired on the 31st of March and 1st of April 2022. You would be a fool to miss it.
Good morning. Good morning. I'm looking really pale and pasty because I'm part way through doing my makeup this morning. I haven't done it all yet. I am sounding very husky this morning. I'm sounding very deep and very masculine. It's because my poor little voice is 3 relatively long gigs in and is feeling it. So yeah, I've been doing some singing this weekend and indeed last week for lots of fantastic events. I will talk to you about those today. But welcome to the Short Rise Up Show with me, your host Dani Wallace. I hope you're feeling good today. I hope you're ready to hit up the week. It was another struggle this morning. I'm feeling really physically fatigued. This morning, still turning up, still showing up for you all, but yeah, feeling quite physically fatigued today. It was a big old week last week. It's always a big old bloody week, isn't it? It was a big old week last week, and it was a big old weekend, but loads of amazing things happened. So from International Women's Day shenaniganery, which was just wonderful, particularly on Thursday with the Cheshire Socialites. I mean, I kicked it off last Monday with the most phenomenal lunch with, I can't believe that was a week ago, with the gorgeous Abigail Horn and Lisa Johnson. Now, lots of you will be seeing at the moment about particularly Lisa Johnson and the challenge that is happening next week, the race to recurring revenue. If any of you have not got involved in that before, or have done it before, but feel like they need a bit of a refresher, please do go and get involved with that. Now, I don't have a link for you, but my girl Abby Horn does. A number of you guys do, to go and sign up or just go and visit Lisa Johnson's profile. For any of you that are wanting to make more money or make recurring revenue, now I wouldn't say fully passive income, but definitely semi-passive income, getting things, systems and processes set up within your business so that you can get recurring revenue. That is how I have been able to build everything that you see me build over the past 3 or 4 years, is through the models that Lisa shares. So go and get amongst it if you haven't already. You will learn loads, and it's a great, great community to be a part of. I'm a huge advocate for all of the things that Lisa runs, Race to Recurring Revenue, One to Many, her membership. You can sit with us, of which I'm a member, and not affiliated in any way at this particular point in time. Just if you haven't got amongst it, go and get amongst it. It really is worth getting involved with. So go and check that out. It's Lisa Johnson, Race to Recurring Revenue. And that's a challenge, a free challenge you can take part in next week. But me and Lisa and Abs had lunch last week and we were making plans, which is very, very exciting. And we were just catching up. It was nice to spend some friend time. So that started with the Power Powwow. Then we moved on into the events of International Women's Day, and I spoke and sang at the Cheshire Socialites do. Then I turned up on Friday for a gig a day early. What a knobhead. And I want you to share with me any times you've messed up like that before. Like, please don't let me feel like I'm just on my own with this. But I had a singing gig on, didn't have it on Friday, on Saturday night. Here it was actually a local gig, literally 5 minutes around the corner from my house, which is completely unheard of. PS, normally I have to travel hours to go for the places that I get booked, but it wasn't. It was just around the corner, which was fantastic. But I showed up a day early. I showed up on the Friday instead of the Saturday, so I had an impromptu night off on Friday, and then busied myself on Saturday. Saturday was a bit of a funny one, and I say funny in inverted commas because it wasn't funny at all. I don't know if anybody saw my live, and I won't kind of go into it today. I'm going to save that for another day and actually bring on some guests that can help me with this conversation. But we had an issue with Pops, whereby I took them to a barber's. So in my kind of tin pot transparent way, I took them to a barber's as sort of a gender affirming act. Like, they they kind of feel more masculine than they do feminine. They want an androgynous coat. They wanted to go to a barber's, so I took them to a barber's, and I didn't research properly. I just thought that barbers would be used to cutting this style of hair. Not so, and the guy didn't listen to what we asked for at all, and proceeded to completely misgender Pops all the way through, calling them young lady, telling me whilst Pops is sat there that it's okay. He's got a 15-year-old daughter. It's just a phase, because he goes, "Oh, is she one of them?" And I was like, "One of what?" Like, and he knew to shut up at that point, but it was like, it's just, this is just a phase. And they're sat there like 14 years old. Like, I didn't know myself, but I knew myself at 14 years old enough to trust the decisions that I made, enough to trust the direction that I was going in. Anyway, so yeah, I was going to say I wasn't going into it, and then there I went into it. But what I do want to say is that directly after that, I put a shout out for people that were trans or genderqueer friendly, autism friendly, all of that sort of stuff. If we knew as a community any barbers or hairdressers who were this, and can I just say thank you for the overwhelming response to the thread, the outpouring of love for Pops, which I read to them. Excuse me. And to all of you that was like, Danny, it wasn't a parenting fail, like making me feel better. I just got it wrong, and that was okay. Like holding my hands up and saying, actually, what I should have done was research. Actually, what I shouldn't have done is kind of go in on a whim. I should have checked that it was a safe space for my child before I put them in that position. That's where I fucked up. It wasn't that, I never intentionally set about to hurt them. I was trying to help, but it was a bit tin pot. It was a little bit like I should have. And I'm not beating myself up with a should stick, but I should have done some more research. I should have got myself a little bit more educated before I put them in that position, because the guy didn't listen and scalped her. Sorry, I scalped them. Their hair now is so short, and I had to, like, at the weekend I got to see the gorgeous Samantha Aries, who's one of our Be Inspired speakers. Their talk is amazing. And she's got really short hair, really cropped, beautiful, black pixie cut. It's beautiful. And so I took a picture of Samantha yesterday, obviously with her permission. It wasn't snidey like we're friends. I took a picture of me and Samantha yesterday to show Pops, like, look, this isn't, the style that you've got isn't a terrible style. It just wasn't what you was expecting. And my friend Heidi put it beautifully. Who hasn't had a haircut where they've wanted to put their head in a puddle, like when they've got out? Like, I know I've been there. It just wasn't the most comfortable of experiences, but just I wanted on the top end of the show to say thank you to this community for really like coming through for them and for me over the weekend, particularly when I was really beating myself up, but also with your recommendations for trans-friendly and genderqueer friendly hairdressers and barbers. You actually put me in touch with some really interesting people who I would love to interview on the show. People who are doing really good work out there. So yeah, thank you from the bottom of my heart for having my back on that one. Yesterday was a stonker, an absolute stonker, a great way to round out International Women's Day Week, where Louisa Herridge had her book launch. We went over to the Castlefield Rooms in Manchester, and there were loads of us. I think it's really hard to find a good hairdresser. Someone's saying, yeah, it is, and it's even harder to find somebody who is able to accommodate. And it should be more widespread. This accommodation shouldn't be an accommodation. It should be the norm. But anyway, so yes, I went along to Louisa's book launch yesterday for her incredible book, Mama's Ignited. It was such a glorious day, full of love, full of support, not just for Louisa, but for everybody that was in the room. It was lovely to see. So it was interesting. Louisa put it in a really funny way, actually. It was like the internet coming to life. It was like we were in Wreck-It Ralph, and all the people that we know of the internet were in the room together. So it was great to see the Filed Glam Squad, Liz McQuillan, Mary Speakman. It was gorgeous to see Amy Mantle, Helen McHugh that was in the room. It was gorgeous to see Nina A. Spencer was there. It was lovely to see Helen Adams. It was lovely to just loads of you, just loads and loads of you. Sarah Gormley, who I'd not seen for, we'd never met before, and then we see each other twice in a week. And it just goes to show the world is opening up. The world is opening up right now. And what was a joy for me was to see my clients, and it's strange calling my clients because we are so close, but to see my friends and clients really start to step into everything that they've planned for themselves. So for me and Louisa, for example, I've been Louisa's mentor on and off now for about 18 months. And to have those initial conversations with her right at the very beginning, where she's feeling that fear, she knows what she wants to say. She has the story, but she just needs to find the message. She needs to find the jigsaw pieces to put together, and see them actually put those pieces in place, do the work, and then step into a room that they have created with their audience, sharing their story and their book. For me, it was just like this real culmination of the reason why I do what I do. The reason why I do what I do is so that more people can do what Louisa did yesterday and stand really inside of the work that they've done. So working with me is only like scratching the surface. Understanding how to articulate yourself properly in the right way, sharing the right bits, is only the start of it. Actually then taking the action and going forth and getting booked, for example, and seeing so many of my phenomenal clients go on winning TED Talks right now. There's a few of them doing the Northwich one. There's some of them doing one up in Scotland. There's some of them doing one in Manchester. Like, just seeing you phenomenal people going out and doing it. And for those of you that have been watching, that have been waiting in the wings, like, oh, I feel like it's coming up for my time. There's going to be opportunities to work with me in the next few weeks. If anybody wants to look at the next cohort of Be Inspired and be on the stage at the end of September, get in my inbox, because we're already starting to sell spaces, and I'm not in launch yet. There are already people that are like, I really want to do the next one, Dan, and are securing their spaces. So if anybody is thinking about this, I get in my inbox and secure a spot. Really, 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 really excited about who's going to jump on next. But before that, we've got who's going to be there in the room at the end of this month. So we have got 22 phenomenal speakers. I'm going to finish off the speaker reveals this week. So if you're on my email list, you'll be seeing it there. If you're on my socials, you'll be seeing them there. If you haven't got your ticket already, it's just 2.5 weeks until we take to the stage in Manchester. So if you haven't got your ticket already, get your ticket, because we are going to be selling out that room. There's just a couple of tables left, and then we are done in the room, and then you will only be able to watch online. So if you do want to be there either or both days, it doesn't matter which, please do get your ticket. Do that this week, because I think we'll have sold out by the end of this week. That's how close to the why we are going. In fact, this is the quickest that we've sold out. We normally have like a few tickets left towards the end. Actually, I don't think we're going to have any tickets left. So if you do want to come along, or if you're a speaker and you've got friends that are promising, tell them to get their tickets this week. It's really important. Otherwise, you're going to be watching online, which is still an incredible experience. So some of you might not be able to make it to Be Inspired, and that's okay, because we have got a TV quality Zoom for you with our team from ISTED. They're going to be joining us in the room. So you're going to be able to get in on the action and participate in the day as well. So we make our Zoom audience as much a part of the room as we're able. We bring you on live onto the screen through the day. For example, we talk to you, we talk about your experiences. You get to have a dance along with us. Very exciting. My fancy dress costumes are beginning to arrive. For anybody that's been to a Be Inspired before, or has seen pictures from Be Inspired, will know that sometimes I kind of like my talk segments to be a little bit different, to be a little bit more curveball-y than your average speaker out there. So that involves me singing, it involves me entertaining, and it involves lots of elevations, and also sometimes involves a little bit of fancy dress. So last time I thought I completely surpassed myself from a fancy dress perspective by wearing the Queen Bee outfit. It was probably one of the most daring costumes to date. Maybe not, maybe the poo suit was, but I definitely have some surprises up my sleeve from a presentation perspective, from where I'm coming from, and also some brand new material from me. So I have been working on new talks, new material specifically for this Be Inspired. So not only have we got our incredible speakers and our incredible VIP speakers, which I'll be announcing this week, but also you will have my talk segments talking you through the beautiful, beautiful project that I've been working on, the Not the Fat Funny one. I'll be sharing with you some of the material from that in preparation for the bigger show later on this year. And also I'm going to be bringing along the bodycast. We've also got loads of surprises up our sleeves for you for the duration of the 2 days. So please do make sure you come along. I say this every time, but don't be disheartened. Amy Blaine is just saying, don't be disheartened at only being able to be there via Zoom. You're 1,000,000% included and definitely feel the love from the room. Absolutely. And that was really important to me when I was setting up something like this, particularly off the end of a global pandemic. But this will be the last time that we are Zooming the event, as far as all the decisions that have been made about the next event are concerned. So this is the last time we will be Zooming the event live. And So if you do want to get involved in Be Inspired and you do live really, really far away, please do make sure that you get an online ticket so that you can be a part of it this time with us. So wherever you are in the world, you are most welcome. Please do get your online ticket. If you've been waiting to get your in the room ticket, don't wait. Sort yourselves out. Also, this week, so my intentions for this week and the purpose of a Monday is to set our intentions for the week ahead. So the intentions for IATQB HQ for the week ahead is to finalise all of our corporate sponsors. So we still have sponsorship opportunities available for anybody who wants to sponsor a speaker, a table, or indeed the gin nest. So we've been having some great conversations with people who are expressing interest, but now is the time to put your sponsorship money where your mouth is. So if you want to sponsor any of our speakers, if you want to sponsor our tables, if you want to sponsor our gin nest, if you want to get in touch with me for corporate sponsorship packages, we've got some fantastic packages, including being included in our PR. If you become one of our headline sponsors, for example, there's lots and lots and lots of perks to be had by being one of our sponsors for Be Inspired. So yeah, that is the work for this week, is to finalize all of our sponsors, get all of the marketing ready for our sponsors, and to bring them in and help them get ready for the event, as well as getting all of my they are insane, my speakers. We are covering topics from disability awareness and inclusion all the way through to money in all of its different guises. We've got something for everybody and everything for everybody. So whether you're just starting out in business or whether you are a seasoned entrepreneurial professional, there is something for you, whether it's networking, the content itself, the entertainment, the recharging that comes with being a part of an in real life event. But yesterday at Louisa's event was a real shining example of the beauty and the connection that you feel when you get in that room with the people that you've been networking with, maybe even for years, in the online space, and you might not have spent any time together with regards to meeting up and networking. And there's real magic that happens in the in-between space as well. It's been great to see the likes of Nicola Peake's membership, for example, Peake's Private Members Club, meeting in real life, seeing so many of you, going over to Lisa Johnson's Destination Inspiration Mastermind over in LA, seeing so many of you get together. You're beginning to feel, I think, the power of being in that room, and the power of being in our room, any room, is so important. So if you're wondering about, I want to go, but I'm scared I'd be going on my own, you're not on your own. The beautiful thing about the IATQ community is that they are the most friendly community. So if you come and you're on your own, there are people there that will know that you're on your own and will welcome you to their table. So please don't think that not knowing the community, not being a part of this live every other day or what have you is a barrier to entry. It's not. We have got you. You are so not on your own. So go to imthequeenbee.co.uk/events. Go and grab yourself a ticket. Ashley's watching over on LinkedIn. Good morning, Dani. How was your weekend? It was busy. If you want to know about my weekend, you have to go to the top end of the show. I shared with you about my weekend. There's been a lot of singing. My voice is feeling very, very tired right now. Yes, Helen, the bees do have your back, and you can come to just 1 day, 2 days, or indeed watch online, and you are most welcome and will be most included for all of it. If you are just going to 1 day, you will get the Zoom access for the next day. So even just by getting a ticket to 1 day, you will get the whole of the experience of the event and be able to see all of the speakers. I went on my own. Jenny's saying I went on my own and made some lovely friends who are speaking this time round. Yeah, Jenny, and it was glorious to have you there. I finally managed, Amy saying, to sort all the shiz for my postbox brownies baked and sent with squillions of love. And she's going to be donating 10% from every box to the Fly Anyway Foundation. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. There is still opportunities for you to become a gold ambassador if you haven't already. There was no time limit on becoming a gold ambassador. We're actually going to be reaching out to all of our ambassadors from the applications and gold ambassadors this week to give you a little bit more information about what's happening. We are launching officially at Be Inspired. So we're going to be joined by one of our incredible corporate sponsors. We'll be revealing that partnership as part of Be Inspired. It's very, very exciting. And we'll also be, from that point onwards, welcoming in our business builders, ready for them to be paired up with an ambassador as they build their business packages and indeed their business ideas for stage 1 of the Flying Away Foundation. So if anyone's wondering about the stages of the Flying Away Foundation, it's a foundation that I've set up to help people who have experienced domestic abuse fly anyway. Now, how can they do that? So stage 1 is via means of building a business. So one of the things that I found being a survivor is that I found myself pretty fucking unemployable. I found it really triggering for me. They're being told what to do, being watched, being micromanaged, all of that sort of thing was something that I found particularly very triggering. And this has come from, not just intimate partner, domestic abuse, but also from when I was really young. So actually finding my way in self-employment has been one of the ways in which I've found a great deal of healing, a great deal of validation, a great deal of wholeness, realizing that I can do these things on my own without somebody having to tell me what to do. And still having mentors and coaches and stuff for accountability, which is where stage 1 comes in. So business building. The second stage is employability. So we'll be working with DWP contracts to assist people who particularly have experienced trauma through domestic abuse, to help them back into work if it's employment that they want. So we'll be working with people who maybe have English as a second language. We'll have experts in to support with that. We'll be coming from a trauma-informed capacity so that one of the things that I learned actually working within Welfare to Work, which I did for a while, was I couldn't live with myself sanctioning people. So stopping people's benefits or universal credit or tax credits or whatever it was, or job seekers allowance, because they were too traumatized to engage in work-related activity. So I want to campaign for people who have experienced trauma, a more holistic approach to helping them go into work. So that's employability. Stage 3 is going to be post-crisis support. So we're working backwards here from what is going to be the whole offering for the Flying Away Foundation. So post-crisis support will be things like, what do we do once we've healed? Once we're not accessing services anymore? What do we do when we are no longer surviving and we are a survivor? What does that even mean? How do we navigate that? So getting provisions in place for people that experience that. Then crisis support, so things like helplines, online communities, online course programs, having a look at programs that are out there currently and seeing what we can do to elevate them, see what we can do to make them more inclusive, from a cultural perspective, from an LGBTQ plus perspective, from an all kinds of thing perspective. So having a look at that from a trauma point of view, and then we'll be looking at opening the very first of our refuges, which will be within the next 3 to 5 years. So it was only 3 years ago that IATQB began, and that feels like a very quick 3 years. So you can imagine how quick the next 3 years are going to go. So we have got big plans, and you are integral to those plans. So if you do want to become an ambassador or learn more about becoming an ambassador, please drop me a DM. I will send you all of the bumps that you need to make those decisions. I will send you the town hall meeting from 2 weeks ago. And also, if you go to imthequeenbee.co.uk/fly anyway, you can get details on becoming an ambassador, make out your application, or indeed become a gold ambassador with all of the gold ambassador perks. What are you lot saying? Natalie, looking forward to chatting with you more about this. Yes, we need to get some time in to do that because your services are very, very much required. Sarah, I have no idea how you managed to sing and present at events back to back. I'm drained after Thursday and yesterday's event. No wonder your throat is sore. I'm amazed you can speak this morning. Not a lot. You can definitely tell. Can you tell the change in my voice? It's very scratchy this morning. Definitely want to be involved at stage 3. Yes, Felicity, can completely see how that would work. I think that's where I can step up and offer my services. Yes, Nina. There is also, for people that can't offer their services right now, we have a befriending and mentorship scheme that we will be taking people through and communicating properly to you all this week. We have so many people who maybe don't have, I can't give anything right now to business builders. What we do need are power sisters and siblings. So we need people who will be available maybe for a weekly check-in. How are you getting on with your business plan? Where are you at with it? Do you need anything, for example? So just a power sister or power sibling mentorship program where you might not be able to give them something right now, but you could offer just a shoulder, someone to check in. Because I'm not in the position of, we're welcoming all the business builders in to be checking in at weekly intervals with everybody. So having that sort of power sister, power sibling situation is going to be really, really beneficial. So if you don't have a business, goods or service, don't let that put you off coming into our community and becoming an ambassador, because we will have a program that we'll be able to take you through. Also, great win from last week. And I know this is an intention setting, but I really wanted to share it, that I had a brilliant and productive meeting with the gorgeous Caroline Strawson, excuse me, who specializes in narcissism recovery. And people who have experienced narcissistic abuse recovery. She's actually putting together a program for every single ambassador, an accredited program that you can go through, a workshop where you will get a certificate. You'll be certified at the end of it. That will prove that you are trauma informed in your practice. So I thought it was really, really important that we give back. So for any of our ambassadors, you can then use that as your continual professional development, or CPD, but you will be certified. You will be certified trauma informed with regards to your business, as well as being an ambassador as well. So that's for every single ambassador. So more details coming on that this week as part of our first newsletter that's coming out to all of you. So thank you so much for listening about this and for allowing yourself to hear what's going on. For anybody that does want to get involved, I want to know, though, for you and for your businesses, for your development this week, what are your intentions? What are your intentions? Please let me know in the comments. Is it, so for us, it's to finally sell out Be Inspired, and for that to be done and dusted, to get all of our corporate sponsors on board. There are big focuses here in HQ. What about you? What have you got planned for this week? What is going to make this week an absolute win? Sarah's saying, I already mentor entrepreneur students at universities, so definitely interested in helping. Perfect. Make sure you go to imthequeenbee.co.uk/fly anyway and go and fill out the ambassador form. Me and Amy would have so many cheerleading pom-poms for the business builders. Yeah, absolutely. We definitely need power sisters and power siblings. Oh my goodness, that is amazing. It is amazing. So, and we wanted to do something to give back to our ambassadors as well. So having that trauma-informed practice, having that trauma-informed training will help you with your businesses as well, because it's very interesting that, particularly in the service industry, if you are in the service industry, coming across people who have experienced trauma it may lead them to behave in certain ways that you might not understand. So if you're trauma informed, that will allow you to navigate that better. That will inform you and educate you to navigate that better. So for example, when clients retract, if they're feeling fearful, or they may behave in a way that may feel like over assertive or overprotective of themselves, and if you're coming from a trauma informed place, then you can work with them without taking on role of counselor, just from an information point of view. And then what we do is, for anybody that's really experienced anything, we will signpost them to the appropriate services for them if they're not ready to engage. So just as an FYI. But the official launch will be happening as part of Be Inspired. So please do get amongst that. We would love you to be there with us in the room and celebrate the launch of the Flying Away Foundation in its officialdom at the end of this month. I would love to help as an ambassador. Would there be a role that would fit my skills? 100%, Bhavna, 100%. A little bit later down the line, but we do need mentors. We do need people, power sisters and siblings, who can check in with our incredible business builders on a regular basis, so that they're moving through their program. So the way that would look is that you would be assigned to a business builder and have their and be privy to what their business prescription is, and then check in with them and just see how they're getting on with it. So yeah, sorry I'd sent it before I finished writing. Feedback's been amazing. So pleased that I clearly know my stuff. You absolutely do. Did you? I'm not sure. I'm going to help 2 more people to start their own travel business and plan several epic holidays. Okay, I can see. So Sarah's, let's get onto it. Let's get onto the intentions. What are your intentions this week? Get all my speakers lined up for my mini No Fault Divorce Summit and start promoting it. Bavnet, yes, amazing and necessary, and absolutely necessary. I'm stepping into my new flow, new messaging that Jojo helped me with last week. Amazing, Nina. Congratulations to you. Can't wait to see that. Sarah Gormley, I'm going to help 2 more people start their own travel businesses, plan several epic holidays for people, and deliver my final session in my first course, New Biz to PR Whiz. I love that. Natalie, I'm partnering with Lisa with my WordPress skills. So freaking excited for One to Many this year. Same. I've got some things up my sleeve for One to Many this year. Keep your peepers peeled in the hive. This week, I wanted to help another 7 people sign up for the Race to Recurring Revenue Challenge. Got to get myself back on track. And after back-to-back launching. I see you, I feel you. Please make sure that part of your intentions this week is a little bit of self-care, even if it's just building in 10 minutes of meditation a day. Looking after you is really important. The beginning of the year has been a funny beginning of the year, and we're staring Q2 already in the face. So what are you going to do to look after you to make sure that you can maintain the momentum that you've got so far, or to generate the momentum that you need if you haven't generated it already? It's okay if you haven't, but let's make a plan to get that momentum going. Utilize the show and checking in with the show to keep yourself moving. On a Monday, we check in with our intentions. On a Wednesday, we do some learning together. And on a Friday, we celebrate the wins for the week to keep you all moving along. If you don't already follow me on Instagram, please do me a favor, and any help to get this would be greatly appreciated. And I'm running a little competition as well over on Instagram. I'm only 95 followers away from 5,000 followers, which is amazing. That's 5,000 engaged people. This is all organic. It's not being fed by bots. It's not being fed by, buying like for likes or pods or anything like that. All engaged, incredible people coming to the community that is the Queen Bee Dani over on Instagram. So another great place to connect and share and be a part of IATQB and the IATQB community over there. But you can only be in it to be a part of it. So what I would love is if you went over to Instagram and followed at the Queen Bee Dani. I would be really grateful. 95 away from 5K. I'm going to do a little celebration at 5K. For anybody that does follow me between now and 5K, will be put into a draw for a giveaway. Anybody that shares and tags me in anything encouraging people will also go into a draw as well. So please, would you do us a little cheeky favor today? Look at me begging for likes and followers. I'm not even bothered. I'm absolutely shameless about it. But please do. Moving that dial on the Instagram and creating a community over there as well as over on here is really important. We're making good guns over on LinkedIn as well, with the help of the I unfollow and refollow. Don't do that. No. No, don't do that. Share the profile or share reasons to go and follow me and tag me in it so that I can see, and then I can put you on the draw list. Don't unfollow and refollow, because that's pointless, because the numbers won't increase that way. You'll just decrease the number and then up it one. So no, but do share. That would be great. All right, my darlings, I hope you have a phenomenal week this week. Please do get your tickets to to Be Inspired. iamthequeenbee.co.uk/events is where you get your tickets from. Go and share at the Queen Bee Dani Instagram for me. And I will see you on Wednesday for more showing up, wising up and rising up. Have a good one. See you later.